The theme for August is On the Wings of Love. Today's topic, Soaring in Love. Ernest Holmes wrote, um, if we would look for a God of love, we must look long and deeply into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. The Course of Miracles reminds us, miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. In this sense, everything that comes from love is a miracle. And let us affirm together, my life, all life, soars in love today. And now please welcome Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson.
Love, isn't that why we're here? To experience that, to express that, to feel that, to know that in a very deep level of our being. And so I thought I would start with a story. This is a story that was in Women's Day magazine some years ago. And it's called The Miracle of a Brother's Song. So this is how it begins. So Karen, a young mother, was newly pregnant, and she had a 3-year-old son by the name of Michael. And she wanted to prepare Michael for this new baby who they found out was going to be a girl. And so she taught him this song that I'm sure all of you know, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine," right? So he would sing this song to his little sister day and night. And they began to form a loving bond as a result, even though the baby's still in the mother's tummy. So you can just imagine this growing love that's taking place. So finally, after a long period of time, labor began. And the labor was intense, it was long, and when the baby was born, this little baby girl was born, they had to rush her to the neonatal intensive care unit in another hospital that was in Knoxville, Tennessee. And so the parents were devastated, and when they got the news from the doctor said there's very little hope for this little girl, and so just prepare for the worst. Well, little Michael, 3-year-old Michael, didn't want to give up. And he begged and begged and begged his parents to take him to the hospital so he could sing to his little baby sister. And of course, there was this rule that children were not allowed on the wing, but Karen decided she didn't care what the rules were. She didn't care. So she brought him, dressed him up in scrubs, oversized scrubs, this little kid in scrubs, 3-year-old, you can imagine, waltzed him down toward the room where the little sister was, and this head nurse screamed at her, "Get that kid out of here, no children are allowed." And she said, "I don't care what you're saying, we're going." So she kept going, took Michael into the room, and Michael began to sing. You can sing with me. "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So don't take my sunshine away." So as he was singing the verses, they were looking at the monitors that were hooked up to the baby. The heart rate started slowing down and beating more smoothly. And then she kept saying, "Sing, Michael, sing, sing, Michael, sing." And pretty soon the breath started evening out. And pretty soon the tears were running down Karen's eyes, and she looked over, and in the doorway is the head nurse, and tears are running down the eyes of the head nurse, who had been so bossy before. And so the way the story goes is the very next day, the little girl had revived and was able to go home. A complete miracle. Again, Women's Day magazine called it the miracle of a brother's song, and Karen called it a miracle of love. A miracle of love. Stories like that touch me so deeply. And having experienced so many miracles in my life, I still love to be reminded of the amazing things that happen in this existence that we're living, where love is the healing power of the universe that brings life to little baby sisters and so on. So love, in our teachings of science of mind, which is just so embracing of all the other mystical traditions, is that love is this presence, this energy, this light. It's a light as well. It's a power that flows around, in, and through all life. It is the essence of life itself. And so as we continue to love more and more, in our actions and our thoughts and our words, we're healed. We are giving ourselves life. We are being life-giving. And so again, thinking of this flow of love, we are living, moving, and having our being in love. Love is God. It's one and the same as God. Spirit, universal love intelligence. There's so many names we give to this presence. And yet we know that when we allow it to flow through us, because it does, it flows through us, and into expression in our lives, we become miracle workers. We become miracle workers. This month, I've been introducing some of the concepts of Thich Nhat Hanh, who is in the Buddhist tradition. He has a beautiful book that is all about love, and I have it here somewhere, but I don't see it anyway. I think it's called Teachings of Love, or Love Teaching, something to that effect. Oh, there it is, Teachings on Love.
Got you covered.
Thank you. So Thich Nhat Hanh, last time, the first Sunday of this month, I introduced the 4 aspects. He calls them the 4 immeasurable minds of love. And the first one is equanimity. And I love equanimity. I've actually been contemplating that recently, is the ability to bring a calm presence of love to all situations. And it's especially powerful in challenging situations to bring that calm centeredness in love. So equanimity, loving kindness, compassion, and joy. Have you ever thought about those are all aspects of love? So when those aspects are present, we know we are in love. We know we are being love. So today I want to bring that practice of these 4 aspects into something called presence, practicing being present, the presence, and mantra. These are, again, Thich Nhat Hanh's ideas. And when he says mantra, he's not only talking about something that we repeat over and over and over again, it's another word that he uses for affirmation, an affirmation or an affirmative statement. So let's begin with true love contains respect. When we neglect, ignore, or dismiss others that are around us, we're being very disrespectful. We're withholding our presence, withholding our love. And so our loving attention to others, taking a moment, slowing down, breathing, making eye contact, is so powerful and so healing. It's one of the greatest gifts that we can give, is our presence. So respect is so important in love. And I'm grounded in love, the portrayal of love in our media. Think about it. Intense and passionate and, and yet, that which endures is calm, gentle, grounded and rooted in love. And so this idea of being grounded in love, the enduring kind of love, is something that builds up over time through our relationships, through attention to one another, through listening and doing our best to understand each other's perspective, and so on. And it requires us to pause and to take a moment and be very intentional about what we're bringing forth in that relationship. So that's why meditation is so important, because meditation helps us to become more mindful of where we are, of being able to step back. When we can see the story that's going on, be able to step back, to look at it, to breathe into it, and to instead bring presence to ourselves and to others. So pause for a second and ask yourself, how am I being called to bring more love to my relationships? So listen deeply. How am I being called to bring more love to my relationships? And then I invite you to turn to someone and share what that is, to help you be more grounded and rooted in it. What is your intention to bring more love into your relationships? Can you feel a shift in the room? I felt a real shift in the room with all of you sharing that. It's beautiful. So recognizing love, the way we are wired in these human bodies is for survival. And so there is a tendency to scan our environment and look for what's missing. So it's important to understand that and be compassionate with ourselves about that, because that tendency is there. And so the untrained mind just is constantly scanning for what's wrong, what's missing, and so on, and the absence of love. And so it's important, again, to train our minds through meditation, through mindfulness. And mantra is one of those ways that we can train our mind to be focused on and aware of and awakened to love's presence in our world and in our environment. So I have some mantras that I'd like all of you to practice with me today that Thich Nhat Hanh recommends. And you come up with your own version. Some of these may or may not work for you, but I want you to listen for what is behind these mantras. What is the message of love behind the mantras? So, in practicing this, let us notice how we begin to soar even more freely and fully in love. This is about soaring in love today. The first mantra that we can wake up with in the morning is, love is here now. It is a reminder that we are, yes. Oh, okay, that comes next. But even before that, waking up and saying, love is here now. So this is something that we remind ourselves before we start connecting with others. These are all about relationship. But to have a relationship with ourselves, love is here now. It's here for me now. It is who I am now. It is, and you can just go on, and as you contemplate the idea that love is here, and I'm living in a sea of love. Love is the essence of all life. Love is that which creates miracles. Whatever works for you, find a mantra to start your day off with. So let's just practice this one. Love is here now.
Love is here now.
Okay. All right. Then the idea is to begin to notice what happens as you start your day with reminding yourself of love's presence. It helps you to become love's presence as you move throughout your day. So the first mantra, now these are all mantras in creating loving relationship, that giving and receiving of love. So this is the first one, is beloved, I am here for you. Now think about the meaning behind that. I'm here for you. I'm here as the presence of love for you. So find someone that you can turn to. Try to find somebody different. So maybe turn to somebody in the row behind you. And each take your turn saying, let's breathe, because we want to breathe and bring presence. Don't do it yet. Take a breath. So breathe, everybody, first. Take a breath. Bring presence through your breath. Come into the present moment so you can let go of the giggles and all of that, so you can really bring love's presence. And then one person at a time say, beloved, I am here for you. Okay, building a sense of presence, and yes, I am here for you. So think about the equanimity that you brought with you with the breath. The breath is really important. I'm sorry I didn't emphasize that first. Taking a deep breath, coming into the present moment, bringing presence to your communication, to your connection with the other person is so important. The breath is a pathway to bringing that presence of love into being in yourself more fully. So the second mantra is, again, we want to breathe. Remember to breathe. And say, I know you are there and I'm very happy. We're going to do this first by looking up at nature and saying to a tree. So just say, tree, I am here. Okay, what is it? I know you are there, tree, and I am very happy. So Thich Nhat Hanh says, do this with all of nature. So tree, sky, bird, whatever it is, I know you are there, and I am very happy. I know you are there, and I'm very happy. See if you can find someone different. You can move about the room, but find someone different to practice this with. And remember to breathe. Breathe first. You breathe first. Breathe. Dwayne, find somebody. Okay. Okay, Dwayne. Dwayne, I'm going to breathe first. So, the beautiful healing power of love. So that brings joy. You know, it's focusing on being happy. You're creating happiness in yourself. So you're bringing equanimity, loving kindness, and joy into the experience. I know you were there, and I'm very happy. Okay, let's. This next one is when we notice someone is suffering. Breathe, sit close to the person as we've been doing, and say, I know you are suffering, and I am here for you. So we're bringing now compassion into the mix. So see if you can find even a different person. Please get up and move around the room, and let your guidance carry you. And so the next one is, I know you are suffering. This is why I am here for you. Breathe. Presence, bring presence. Remember to breathe. And so the next one is when we notice that we are suffering, to turn to someone. And this requires getting beyond our pride. And Thich Nhat Hanh says, if we choose to be the presence of love, we must let go of our pride. And so the next one, and find another person you haven't worked with, and say, that's okay, we can practice it anyway. I am suffering, please help. Beautiful. So as we train our minds, as we remember to breathe, as we remember to connect deeply with others, even if we don't say these mantras, if we're thinking them, if we practice them and we're thinking them as we move into connection and attention with others, there's going to be a whole different essence that we bring into the relationship. And I invite you to practice that this week. Again, you don't need to say it out loud, but you know, bringing that presence, being willing to even ask, having enough self-compassion to ask for help when you need help. So important to the healing of our minds and the healing of our planet and co-creating a world that works for all. So thank you, my friends, for listening.